I mean, I literally have nothing else to do, so I was like, I might as well come back and do some CYOA stuff, because I really like that stuff. You know, couldn't hurt. Master. Go back to where we were. Forget it. Sandman. You can create intangible sand-like constructs that cause those who come into contact with them to fall asleep. You are able to manipulate the dreams and nightmares of your targets, allowing you to induce pleasant or horrifying dreams. You control the dreamscape itself, crafting any situation or environment you desire. And the individuals experiencing these dreams will feel as though they are actually there. You can also access the unconscious minds of their targets, giving them insight into their deepest desires, fears, and memories. You can create a spirit animal. You can create a projection of an animal. This does not have to be a real animal. The only limitation is that it has to be smaller than an elephant. You cannot change what kind of animal your projection is. It can be anything from a flying walrus to a dragon the size of an ant. A lifestyle changer. You can give yourself or others an increasing amount of dread the more an action is performed repeatedly. The longer they repeat the action, the more they will dislike it. This can be sold in as many as 4,000 repeats needed to hate it, or as few as 10 repeats needed. Naiad. You can create watery monsters out of nearby sources of water. Once created, the watery monster can use hydrokinesis of its own to attack others and reinforce itself, following your mental directives. If the monster is frozen or sufficiently dissipated, the watery monster will be considered dead. The more water there is, the bigger and stronger the watery monster can be. Master/brute, emotivore. You can sense and consume emotions, drawing them from others as if they were a tangible energy source. It is easier and more effective for you to sense and eat emotions directed at you. When you feed on emotions, they nourish and empower you, gaining a temporary surge of strength and vitality. Draining people of their emotions leave them lethargic and apathetic. This state is temporary, but draining all their emotions multiple times extends the duration of the state until it becomes permanent. Note that indulging in too many emotions at once carries risks. Overconsumption leads to a volatile reaction with you, resulting in your vomiting, releasing pure liquid emotion. This liquid, a concentrated essence of whatever feeling you consume, is potent and potentially dangerous. If another person were to ingest this emotional substance, they would experience an overwhelming burst of that specific emotion, magnified to an extreme. For example, if you had a gorge on hatred, drinking this liquid would fill the person with an uncontrollable surge of hatred, likely consuming their thoughts and behaviors. Master/striker Pavlov. By touching someone, you can place a brand on them, which can induce either pain or pleasure in accordance with the rules you can set when placing the brand. This allows you to condition those you mark, inducing pain when they act against you and pleasure when they obey. The rules you can set can be as elaborate and precise as you desire. This also has combat applications, as you can tag someone in a fight and immediately make it so even thinking about trying to harm you causes excruciating pain, as if every nerve was set on fire. You can have as many brands as you desire active at a time, but a brand will wear off after a week unless reapplied. You may dictate what levels of pain or pleasure are induced, ranging from a subtle warmth to feeling as if every nerve was bathed in salt and then set on fire. Unusual punishment. Blaster debuff. You are no longer limited to just inducing pain, and may set more exotic punishments such as burns, electric shocks, increased sensitivity, or total sensory deprivation. The only real limitation to what punishments you can dole out are that shards effects beyond the level T1 are unavailable to you unless you possess a power which operates on similar principles, in which case your shard has the relevant data to enact those effects. Master / Striker Anti-Addictol. You gain the ability to manipulate addictions to a limited degree. You can remove addictions or modify pre-existing addiction to your target has to anything else. The modified addiction will keep the addictiveness of the original source, so if you made your target react to your voice or simple water like they would react to narcotics, then every time they hear you or drink water, they will feel the same rush as if they were taking the substance. This can have a compounding effect by combining all of their addictions into a single one. Perpetual reinforcement. Pavlov. Now your brain can interact with any addictions you set up, rewarding them for indulging and triggering punishments as they try to resist. But most importantly, any brain linked to an addiction will have its duration refresh the moment they feed their addictions to a certain threshold, with this threshold being lower, the less common is the target of addiction. The duration reset would need a rapid consumption of a jug of water to trigger, but a single shot of alcohol would suffice. Your brain will also have some elements in its design representing its linked addictions. The base duration of your mark is also increased to a month. Craving power. Required trump. Just the thing. As your targets affected by anti-addictol experience withdrawal effects, they slowly develop a power perfect for seeking out their next hit. The maximum strength of these powers is limited still to 5 SP or less, but it will stay up until they satisfy their cravings. The power they gain will always have you as their blind spot, so they can never develop a counter for anti-addictol itself or anything designed directly against you. Technopathy. Technopathy. You can control any electronic within 200 meters of yourself and become a genius when it comes to coding. You can hack into electronics farther than 200 meters from you as long as you're using an electronic within 200 meters of you to do it. Poison ivy. You have a telekinetic control over all plants within 500 feet. You can do things like use vines to trap people or crush them with a tree. You cannot make plants fly. You also have an unlimited capacity to multitask to control plants. Shaper of Flora. Master of Green. Your powers, both centered and around controlling plants, have merged, giving you a perfect resulting combination. This new level of control allows you to not only telekinetically control any plants within your range, but also manipulate and alter them as you please without needing to interact with the plants directly. You can cause the grass beneath your enemy's feet to turn deadly poisonous. Hold on real quick. revive that one Twitch viewer bot viewer. You can cause the grass with beneath your feet to turn deadly poisonous boot. I'm gonna stay on for like a few more minutes, but I think I'm gonna call it at 8 just cause nobody's watching, you know, it don't matter. And I'd rather just hang out with mom. You can cause the grass beneath which boosts the size and strength of vines to help restrain them or remotely shape entire orchids to your liking. Your awareness and control over plants have expanded to a total radius of 3 kilometers. You still cannot plant supply unless the plant has been modified to possess that capability. Clay servants. You can produce white, physically androgynous humanoids from your body, which physically copy any equipment that you are wearing upon creation. They are made out of clay-like substance, about as durable as bone, and feel no pain. These creatures will only follow your commands unless stated otherwise. Additionally, by focusing on a skill, these creations become masters of said skill at birth. Examples: gun use, martial arts, painting, chess, etc., and can be used as support. The limits are that they are only limited to 1 per skill. As such, it's impossible to create 2 creations with gun-wielding skills. Oh, that sucks. Strings. You can release small, nearly invisible strands of harmless string from your fingertips that can control up to 10 objects or people in a distance of 1,000 meters. The string would go through any material, but esoteric effects would fail. You can apply the effect of your striker powers through them. Anyone using powers can cut through your strings. Cage no Bushin. You can create fragile clones of yourself. Their durability is low and their copies of your powers weaken the more clones you have. At 1 clone, its power will be half as strong as yours. At 100, they'll be just under 100 as strong as you. When one of your clones is popped, you'll receive their memories. You can create a maximum of 100 clones. Your clones do not have this power. Oh, that's pretty cool. Love at first sight. You can make one person at a time fall deeply in love with you. They can realize they're being mastered, and their reaction to this depends on their personality, the situation, and their past interactions with you. Alright, that's it. I just kind of want to do a little bit something more, but, you know, I'd rather just hang out with family. Alright, bye. I know it's not, you know, that